Good. All right. Hi, guys. It's the Honesty Podcast again with Rinor. Uh, Back again with another episode. Thank you very much for joining to this episode as well. Today I have a special guest again. It's Shane. It's um, to be honest, I would love to let him tell you who he is, but it's a friend of mine, and we are going to talk about his business a little bit today, some of the self-development stuff that he went through in the past years and past decades of business. And yes, all in all, it's a very interesting episode today. I believe Shane is going to have some quite cool inputs when it comes to business development and IT and so on and so forth. And yeah, you guys know how it goes with the Honesty Podcast. We talk about everything, very clear and very honest. And yeah, Shane, here's the word for you. Introduce yourself, who you are, what you do. Thank you very much for being here.
All right, my name is Shane Pouliot. I am the founder of 603 Technology Solutions here in New Hampshire in the United States. As a company, we offer managed IT services along with telecommunications consulting for small and medium-sized businesses. I got into this a while back after I saw a need in the local market for assistance for SMBs. And it's just been growing ever since.
Nice, cool. You've been in New Hampshire since 2001, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what brought you there? Like, what is so nice in New Hampshire?
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And you mentioned in the call that we had that you have two boys.
I do. I have a wife and two boys.
Nice. Is it a big stretch for business and being a father and everything?
It is. It can be a bit of a stretch. It's nice because being an entrepreneur, you can, to a certain point, write your own schedule, but you always are going to have to fall with the demands of your clientele. While you do have flexibility for the most part, you do have to meet certain deadlines, which is nice because it gives me the ability to drop my youngest off at school, go to my oldest soccer games, stuff like that.
Absolutely. You've been in IT for more than 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes, I have.
So before you went on your own, what was the road look like? Like, did you do a bachelor's?
So before I went on my own, a lot of my background is certifications and on-the-job training, or just picking up a book or watching a video or reading a manual myself and taking the initiative myself. The way I learn doesn't really make itself viable for me to survive in the school environment. I don't thrive that way. I thrive more in an environment where I can do the work and I can actually see it and troubleshoot it and do things more hands-on.
Cool. Nice.
If I have somebody lecturing me, I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah, I absolutely get that. I believe I'm a visible learner as well. Like, I like to see stuff on my own, try stuff on my own, and yeah, I get you 100% on that. You mentioned on our call that you work privately, like you work in a private sector, and you work there deliberately. And you said that you don't like the regulations. I absolutely understand that. But most people would chase the contract, would chase the big contracts that the open market gives. Explain a little bit to the audience why you're so deliberately staying in the IT sector in private.
So I stay out of the private sector and out of government and stuff like that because of certain compliances that have to fall within, and it's a huge upfront investment to become certified as compliant. And then also, yes, it's nice because you pretty much put your stuff out to bid, and if you get the contract, it's a guarantee.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't have a huge support staff. So if I was to take on a bigger contract like that, I'd have to rush into hiring more people. So it just, to me, at this point in the game, doesn't make sense. I have had conversations with my wife about going down that rabbit hole down the road,
Yeah.
um, but I'm not there yet.
Cool. And about hiring, you mentioned hiring. Are you planning in the future to hire people and to get people into your team?
I am right now. I'm working straight with contractors, but in the future, I know I'm gonna have to hire one or two people.
Cool. Very nice. On their website, I saw that you are an authorized agent for First Light, Comcast, and clients typically save 20 to 40% on telecom. How do so many businesses end up overpaying that badly? Like, what is the...
Well, I have access to pricing that they don't publicize. That plus, what I typically like to do is, what I run the client's address and I find out who services it, and then I can pit them against each other to get them to try and fight for the business.
Nice.
So I have multiple tools at my disposal, and it's not just I list those telecommunication providers because those are in my local markets, but I have access to telecom providers all throughout the world. So whether it be yourself or one of your listeners that has a company that wants to see if they can get a better deal on their telecommunication services, I have the ability to work with providers throughout the world.
Very nice. Cool. What about Bucky's Restaurant? I believe you have this on your website, and walk me
Yes.
through the project. I believe it's a big one.
So that project was a fun one, where I worked directly with the ownership, and they were having issues with their Wi-Fi not being reliable. And they knew they were coming out of the pandemic, and they needed to have a solid network to accommodate everybody, and they couldn't just live off of pretend it's the 90s and we don't have Wi-Fi. Um, so I worked directly with the ownership. I did an on-site assessment, and then I sat down with them a few days later with a proposal.
Nice.
Um, and I worked with them, and I ran over 600 feet of Ethernet cable in their restaurant and replaced all their networking hardware. And then a few years later, they sold off their company to a larger company, and now they go there to enjoy themselves, right? Not work, but go there to enjoy themselves.
Nice.
But
And
after
they
I
have
was
good
done
connection.
building everything out, I built up their guest Wi-Fi network. So after someone authenticates on the Wi-Fi network, it would redirect their device to the events page on their website, so people could see, oh, this is all coming up. That's cool. And because of that, they actually saw an increase in sales because there's more people knowing about the event.
Understood. Understood. Very nice. Yeah, I think these are things that can be very well used in business when it comes to IT.
Exactly. I mean,
Absolutely.
my philosophy is IT should be there to make sure things run smoothly and help generate revenue. Is
Nice.
there going to be a cost to having somebody like me? Of course there is. I mean, I don't do this work for free, but but in the end, like this client I'm at right now, it's a nursing home, and I'm finishing up a project where I'm rebuilding the whole network infrastructure. Before this project, they were running on 30-year-old hardware, and now we're talking about the next phase where I replace their 30-year-old phone system.
Yeah, look at that. So, did you say nursing home?
Yes, it's a nursing home for retired Catholic nuns.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Interesting. Cool. And yeah, I think they have. Uh, I think you explained this on the website as well. Uh, they talked about something hardware on hand because they don't want to like when they expect things to break, they want to have it and everything. And you were like,
So
why not build it right from the get go? Yeah.
exactly. So when I designed this project, I also do network engineering. When I designed the project, I designed it with redundancy built into it. So worst case scenario, I'll get a phone call from my client saying that these devices are offline. If I trace the problem back to the actual hardware Ethernet switch, I can just have her take jumpers and jumper them over to another switch.
Got it. Got it. And is
And
this
they,
like a pattern that you see?
I'm sorry?
Is this like a pattern that you see online or like on site with businesses that they just don't
So
use their hardware?
so I see a lot of small businesses when they do the initial planning and initial build out of their infrastructure, they don't think about the what ifs. They think about what they need now. Um, I have a client that's a septic company. It's about an hour and 45 minutes north of me. And when I took him over, he was running his company off of a cell phone and a cellular hotspot.
Look at that.
And his business advisor said, "You need to get this guy in here, me, and so he can build things out for you so you can run your business sustainably."
Hmm.
Um, and now he's got a fully robust commercial network. He's about to order another computer from me, so he's going to have 3 computers in his office. I just put in a commercial grade phone system for him, um, and I switched him over to fiber optic internet service from the cell phone
Look at
hotspot.
that.
Um,
Interesting.
but I find a lot of small businesses, especially in my area, they run their business off of a cell phone for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't need to know what their reason was, but then they find when they scale, the cell phone isn't the best option.
Yes. You said you did an assessment on the restaurant or no the nursing home. What does like a typical assessment look like for you?
I mean, when I do an on-site assessment, I'm typically walking around with my contact at the clients, and then um, I'm talking with them, developing a rapport, and having a discussion about what their needs are, what they've been doing, where their pain points are. I'm looking at what they have for infrastructure if they have something, and I'm planning out in my head what the ideal setup would be. Um, and then I take all my notes, I take pictures, and I come up with a concept and a proposal,
Good.
and then we go and we discuss it and talk about what the next steps will be.
Very interesting. When you look at 603 today versus where you wanted to have it in year 2 or 3, how does this look like, or how's it going to look like?
So how does it look like going into the future?
Yeah, it's like what is something that you see happening in the future?
I mean, I see right now. I mean, even right now, it's business is scaling, and I'm looking at in the next 6 months to a year having to hire.
Yeah.
I have a couple guys I use as contractors, as I said, but I mean, I'm getting to the point where I may not be able to live off the contractors anymore. I may have to have people that work out of their houses. That's fine with me. That means I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about paying for an office.
Nice.
Um, but having them to be able to do the service calls, to work with me or work as a team to implement these big network build-outs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing work next week is a prime example of how my weeks flow. So
Yeah.
next week, I go on site to a smaller client, and I take care of a Bluetooth headset for them. And then that's on Monday. And I'm also doing paperwork on Monday. Then Tuesday comes around, and I'm finishing paperwork and preparing for a larger project on
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, while also diagnosing and trying to troubleshoot an issue with a laptop that a client gave me. Um, and then Wednesday comes along, and I am about an hour north of my home office, on site at a renovated campground, resolving their Wi-Fi issues
Look at that.
with a contractor. And
Interesting.
then Thursday, I'm back down here at this nursing home when I'm moving them over to a new fiber optic internet service. And then Friday, I'm moving another client over to the same fiber optic internet service. That's about half an hour from my house. So my days are always here, there, and everywhere. So I know in the near future I'm going to have to say, all right, if this keeps growing the way it is, I need to hire.
Nice.
And I'm
And
building my company intentionally. I'm putting things in place. So as I hire, I already have processes in place and I know what I need to set up for these employees.
all right, very interesting. Are you going to keep it very online and very not office bound?
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of remote work.
Hmm.
It'll be more remote than not.
Very interesting. A lot of
Nowadays,
people
you
are
don't
against
need
it.
to have an office.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you believe an office is like an something that could hold up people more than it should? Is it than it helps?
No, I think there's a place, time and place for everything. And eventually I might scale to the point where I need to have an office. And
Yes.
if I do, then on my property, I have a detached barn that I can finish off
Nice.
and do some landscaping around and make that a functional office.
Good. Very interesting.
But I just don't see at this point in time having that, to have that.
Cool. Yeah, we talked about your business a lot and how things are working and the good things. So let's go into the a little more harder things. What, like, when you look at the business honestly, what's the part that is not working the way you want it?
I mean, right now I'm at a point where I I wish I had the revenue to be able to hire so I can go out and get more people, more clients.
Understood.
So for me, it's more of a revenue versus cost. I can't scale as quickly as I want to because I'm doing it all myself with a
Hmm.
couple contractors. Um, and I'm not at the point with these contractors where I can say, all right, I have to have you here today to do this.
Yeah.
Eventually I'll get there, but I'm not there yet because I want to be able to go in and talk to potential clients and be like, do me a favor, call this number, see that it's not just me, see that if you call, it's not, oh crap, I'm in the middle of this issue right now, I can't help you. It's,
Hmm.
I might be doing this, but my guy can come out or get online and help you out.
Interesting. I like that.
Like
Are
another
you
another
guys?
way of looking at it is in a couple weeks, I'm actually flying out to Times Square
Hmm.
for a 3-day training at Microsoft's office out there. While I'm out there, I can't be on site at clients.
Yeah.
I can resolve a lot of the issues remotely, but I can't be on site. So if I'm out there getting trained, which obviously I need to keep my training up, um, then I'm solely relying on my contractors and I'm paying them to go out.
Yeah. Do you already use AI in your business? And if so, how?
Uh, I use AI primarily. My website was designed by AI and is hosted by an AI platform. And then a lot of my social media marketing, my SEO is done by AI. So I
So
use AI in that sense. I use
are
AI
you?
also before I send an email or anything.
Yeah.
I use AI to just check it over, make sure I'm getting the correct message across with the correct tone, uh, stuff like that.
Interesting. Are you? This is like something daily, right? You have it all day. It's something that you.
I'm sorry.
Is it something that you use daily? Like something that you're not?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
This morning when I sent an email out, I highlighted the email and right clicked on it and had the AI check it over. Tonight before I go to bed, I'll be doing some more work and I'll be using AI to to do one thing or the other. It's
Nice.
just for someone that owns a small business, AI can make things so much more efficient.
True.
It can make your life so much easier.
Mm,
If I
absolutely.
didn't have the AI to take care of my social media or my website, I have to pay somebody to do all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said you're on social media. What are like the platforms that you're on?
I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook. I have a little bit of content on YouTube, nothing great, nothing I'd
Hmm.
want to call attention to.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm hoping in the future, after I do get an employee or two under my belt, that I can put out a serious YouTube channel.
good.
But
Interesting.
it's that's a long-term aspiration. I was actually just talking with one of my manufacturers I installed with today, and I was telling him how I want to do that and how I feel like it could help drive business. And he said,
Hmm.
absolutely, he's seen it. So,
Nice. If you would love to talk a bit about your business sales side, how do you acquire clients, or like from where the clients come to 603?
so a lot of my clients I acquire by word of mouth. I'm active in 3 different chambers of commerce,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a lot of them I get from the chambers. Um, I get some from my website. I get some. I've gotten 2 from the New Hampshire Small Business Development Center, um, and but a lot of it's like through my chamber interactions, through networking events,
Nice.
word of mouth, stuff like that.
Have you ever tried marketing at all?
I've had some limited marketing efforts. I sponsor the 8 a.m. news on a local FM station.
Cool.
I ran an ad in a newspaper for about a year. I didn't get any traction off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've done some limited social media marketing. Um, I've done some limited placement on posts on Google to try and drive SEO, but primarily I'm getting benefit from my networking. Like tonight,
Understood.
from 4 to 5, I'm going to be at a networking event for contractors, electricians, plumbers, general contractors, payroll companies. I go there, all
Perfect.
all kinds of companies, and it's actually put on by a marketing company.
Look at that.
Um, so
If we look at your daily, as you just explained it a few minutes ago, what's something that you know you should be doing, but you're always keeping it consistently, pushing it down or pushing it to the next week?
something I know I should be doing that I keep pushing on the back.
Yeah,
I mean, I suppose I'd say just finding time to get stuff done around the house.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got so many projects to do at home, but I don't have time. I keep pushing off and pushing off because with the business and just pretty much being myself, even my wife said to me the other week, she's like, "You're always pushing for your company." She's like, "I
Mm-hmm.
love that, but I need your help at home."
Yeah,
And it's like, all right, well, I'm trying. And like before I took off this morning, I said to her, I said, "These are the things I need to get done this week. Is there anything you're thinking that I didn't put on this list for around the house?" And she's like, "Nope." So I know going into the rest of the week, I'm halfway through the week now, but going into the rest of the week, all right, I have to paint the trim on the garage doors. I have to sand the rest of the trim on the outside of the house and start
yeah.
painting all that. I and these are the things I have to get done this week.
Mm.
But and like for the past 2 years, she's been asking me to fix the light switch in the stairwell because when the top switch is flicked in one position, the bottom switch is in a different position. It doesn't turn on,
Oh my
but it's
God.
an improperly wired 3-way switch.
Yeah.
And for the past couple of years, I've been like, I'll get to it, and I haven't gone to it. It drives me her batty.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
I get it. But
Cool. Yeah. Very nice takes that you have. I like it. What is like something, or let's say someone 2 years into the thing that they are doing, something that they do on their own, just as you do, working alone, and wondering if it everything is holding together. Like, what is something that you would tell them as a final message?
so as a founder and what has been coined a solopreneur, um, I'd say the biggest thing is that I put priority on is if I was to drop dead tomorrow, can somebody pick up the ball and roll with it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm always trying to document things and keep things somewhat accessible to the right people.
Good.
So if I was to drop dead tomorrow, there's like this master list somewhere so people know how to get access to certain things and
Nice.
that my clients aren't stranded.
I love that. I love that. You put your clients first. I like it.
I've seen what happens when you don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I volunteer as a technical director for a church in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman that did before me, he scrambled towards the end, but unfortunately he passed from cancer. And he scrambled
Oh.
towards the end to try and get things lined up. But there were certain things that he just couldn't take care of before
Mm-hmm.
that I ended up having to pick up the ball and being like, well, we can't do this because we don't have this password. We can't make this change because we don't have this password. So now we
Wow.
have to spend all this money to replace this stuff and try and recover this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so while
Cool.
I keep things locked down, I make sure that there's always the ability to, in worst case scenario, go to this drawer, pull this envelope in this locked file cabinet, and this has what the information you need to be able to make things happen.
Nice. Perfectly said. Where should people find you? What is the place that people could find you?
I mean, my website is 603-tech.com, or if you want to call me, um, obviously country code 1-603-836-8984, or you can reach out to me via email at Shane, spelled Shane, followed by a period, and then my last name, Pouliot, spelled P as in Peter, Ouliot, at 603-tech.com.
Very nice. Perfect. Shane, I love to talk with you. Thank you very much for your points and everything that you told us. I believe
Thank you.
the people listening and watching will have something to learn from you as well and from your past and your path. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It's getting dark for me. I believe it's still daylight for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I wish you a beautiful day and thank you guys for listening. See you in the next
Thank you.
episode. All the best. This is your host, Rinor from Honesty Podcast. Bye together.